here I am. How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. No, wait, it's Saturday. Sorry, I can't track the passage of time anymore. Yeah, the brain frost is absolutely real. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing okay. It's the weekend. I need to mute my messaging app because I keep forgetting not to do that before that. Anyways, yeah, I closed the messaging app. I removed it. So we already have 5 people. That's awesome. Anyways, Christmas is right around the corner, and I'm not celebrating it. The real holidays for me is gonna be Hanukkah. It's like I'm observing Christmas, and I like the spirits and everything. And somehow because the Hebrew calendar do be funky like that, Hanukkah begins when on Christmas Day, it's really nice. It's like sometimes Hanukkah is like during Christmas, sometimes it's before, sometimes it's after. It's really wild, because I think it's based on the moon or the sun, or I don't remember it right now. And a lot of like my friends who are celebrating Christmas, like they do, I watch a bunch of like Christmas films. So we actually, I think today, yesterday, they watched the Home Alone, and I have not seen that movie in years, and wow, it's iconic. I actually watched the sequel movie, like a bit more than the first one, but they're both. The first one is obviously better. The second one has a lot of rehashes, but I'd say it's pretty good still. Like ridiculous rehashing, like a lot of themes and everything. Like the only difference is that it's New York. I need to mute my phone. Wow. I went to mute my phone so it won't bother during the stream. Yeah. I don't have much yapping to do. But like unlike last times and damn phone bears, yeah. My phone is in fact the phone is just a different type of bear. Oh, also, the 1.5 update for Zenless Zone Zero came out, and it was great. It was a really good way to close the first arc of the game. It also did the one thing that I've been looking forward to seeing, like since the game came out, which is crossovers between the different groups. So basically, everyone was active. It wasn't just focused on one of the sections, because how it works is that people have different basically there's different groups, and each one of them are have different occupations. So you have the construction site, you have the maids and butlers, you have the street thugs, the bikers, the demon hunters. I really like them as a whole, but I was oh geez, I really do want to see them interact together and see a bunch of cross interaction, and it happened finally, and it was really cool. I mean, it also happened in the 1.3 updates, with between Billy and the Sons of Caldon. But like they really leaned into it, and I really appreciated that. And by the end of it, all the cast was there, aside from Soldier 11, who was introduced like in the beginning of the game for some reason because they needed an attack, because they needed a DPS for the fire element. But what was awkward is that like some of the voice actors just did not show up on time. So like there's moments where like some characters like Lycon and Kaleda just speak and you don't hear anything, at least in the English dub. And like there's a couple of reasons to that, like there being a strike or like scheduling conflicts. I don't know. Could be either or. But yeah. Interesting, really fun event all around. I also, the gacha luck also was on my side, as I managed to get Nyabi with no pity. Like after 2 pulls, and now I can finally allow myself to pull for a weapon. But I accidentally ended up pulling at her banner again today. And now I don't have enough for like a pull, and it was like accidental. So all that polychrome just went down the drain. But it do be happen like that. Be responsible with your PNG currency, my friends. You do not want to lose it. Yeah, so like there's a bunch of other things. Like in general, this 1.5 has been nice. In 1.6, we're probably gonna get... No, it's not probably. We are going to get like a playable movie star and like her manager slash bodyguard. Like she's both. And I think the designs look good, but like they feel like they could be in any other games, like any other of like MiHoYo's games. So I do hope that like this won't be a repeating pattern. And like they actually have like less like it doesn't look generic, and I think that like with context the design work. But like out of it I was like, oh, this character could have been easily put around Honkai Star Rail. Even though with Honkai, like one of the things that I don't like, and I'm sorry I'm rambling, it's that like a lot of the designs just do not reflect the occupations the characters have, like the jobs. And there's this character called Ruan Mei, and I'm mentioning her despite the fact that I'm probably gonna be angering some people. She does not, like, Ruan Mei is supposed to be a scientist, and she does not communicate scientist at all. There's also a character in Genshin who's supposed to be a secretary, and she does not communicate secretary. And it's like, it's even getting to like the situation where like there were like silhouettes of a bunch of new characters, and my friend was like, oh damn, they just look like VTubers. And again, no shade towards VTubers. Like I think that I like, it's not a net negative, but but it can become an issue where like you just settle yourself to like specific like design trends, and yeah, I'm not it's like a lot of like the VTubing design philosophy is just more it's more, it tends to be more adjacent to like illustration rather than like animation character design. If anything that I'm saying makes sense, you know? Anyways. So that's enough yapping for now. I had something else to talk about aside from that. And we are going to be continuing Ace Attorney investigations literally about now. So I'm going to pause the music and we are going to continue. Yeah. So basically, I think I also said it on Twitter. The next Ace Attorney stream is probably going to be on Wednesday. I mean, maybe not. I'll have to see. Like, because Hanukkah is coming out, I might, like, be out of the house to light a candle. But I will make sure that, like, if it won't, then maybe it'll be, like, on Friday or something. Emphasis on might. I'm still trying to figure out, like, how and when to locate it. Holidays do be hectic. Anyways, welcome back to the Ace Attorney Investigations 2 stream. Last time, we found out that Bronco Knight, or Horace Knightley, for those who played the original, the fan translation from over a decade ago, was murdered, and apparently they found Simeon Saint to be a clown and Bronco's childhood friend to be the prime suspect. Edgeworth has met 3 of like the new main characters of the event. So Eddie Fender, or as we call him, to be fair, Edmund Fender Shields. Edgeworth's dad's protege and legal partner, who in the beginning is just ridiculously cruel towards Edgeworth. And then you have Verity Gavel, who represents the prosecutorial investigation committee. They call it something different in the localization. I do not remember that now. And she's like, Edgeworth, if you delve deeper into this case, your ass is grass, and you're going to lose your badge because you breached extraterritorial rights last case. And this snotty idiot, called Eustace Winner, is gonna change his position and take over the case. So things are interesting. That's certainly it. And now last time we left, we did a logic chess on Frank Saw It, the first culprit of the entire series. And after making him more susceptible to talking, we are now going to cross-examine him and maybe have him throw his toupee at us again. I was at that workshop there by myself, practicing what I learned. I don't remember how, but I found myself in front of the door in the other workshop. I happened to peek through the little window, and then I saw him lying there. A man, not moving, dead! I think that's a callback to, like, what he said in case 1, which is really funny. I quailed in fright and found myself screaming in sheer terror. Let me get this straight. First of all, I'm not a straight thing here. The room you were in is next to the one where the corpse was found. Yes, that's right. I was in Workshop B. And you were there the whole day. Yes, from 7 a.m. to roll call onwards. There are 3 roll calls a day, you see. 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. And they check who's in the workshop during roll call, correct? That's right. Nothing was reported to be amiss at 7 a.m. Mr. Knight's body wasn't in the workshop yet at that point of time. Okay, so we know about the prison roll call. And now we need to get into the characters after, not doing that. Guess that means the murder took place after 7 a.m. There we go. I need to get to my Raymond / Eddie Fender voice.
Which puts it right across around the time the show was happening.
Ah, yes, the show. I remember the other prisoners going to see it. And therefore, anybody who wasn't in the show has no alibi. Would that be a fair assessment, Mr. Solid? I guess so, but I only found the body, I swear. There's a clear contradiction in Mr. Solid's testimony. Rooting it out should be my first priority. So usually, these kinds of statements, they usually give us a hint that we don't need to press. We can just clearly present. So I'm gonna present. I was in the workshop by myself, practicing what I learned. I don't remember how, but I found myself in front of the door of the other workshop. I'm gonna press it just to see if he has anything else to say.
Hold it!
You found yourself there, really? That's right. And I found myself peeking through a little window on the door. Why did you think to do that? Gosh, I don't know. I just found myself doing it, really. You clearly weren't concentrating on your work then. No, that's not true. I'm a model prisoner. It's just... Whew. All the other prisoners have gone to watch the show. I guess I was, well, kind of lonely. Like being stuck at school after everybody else has gone home, huh? Oh wow, I know how that feels. That's not a fun idea. That's not fun. Yes, exactly like that. Anyway, I found myself in front of the door of the other workshop, and well, I did not know what voice to give this man. So I'm just giving him this weird voice. I happened to peek through a little window. And then I saw him lying there, a man not moving dead. I quailed in fright and found myself screaming in sheer terror. What about the door censored? No, if you look through a window, so I don't think that's it. I'm gonna try presenting the bracelet regardless. Maybe that's it.
Objection!
Nope, that was not what I thought it was gonna be. Where is the contradiction? That is indeed a question to be answered.
Hold it!
Could you tell right away if it was a man or a woman? It was clearly a man, his physique, his clothes. It was also very clear that he was dead. You could tell just by peeking through the little window. Look, let's just say this wasn't my first dead body. I mean, yeah, I know.
What? You mean...
You were in prison for? To my eternal shame, yes. This was, however, my first time I'd seen other prison's handiwork up close, so... Maybe I need to present this?
Objection!
Nope. No flaws that we detected there. I'm gonna present himself as an innocent bystander, but nothing can be further from the truth. Whoever he is, things couldn't have happened as he claims. The contradiction in testimony is as clear as day, which means I'll just need to present the evidence that proves it. Okay, so yeah, just present. No need to press. Whew.
Hold it!
Not exactly a panoramic view.
just so that the guards can check what's going on, right?
That's right, yes, you're a very knowledgeable young lady.
You bet. I guess you could say I know a little something about prisons now, too.
Okay, that's not a good thing to say as a phantom thief. Someone needs to draw Kay as a phantom thief from Persona 5. I have to remind myself to address this newly found interest later. Anyway, yes, I peeked through the window in the workshop door. A man not moving dead. Whew. Maybe this.
Objection!
Ah, okay, door to door. Enough of these pathetic lies, Mr. Soet. I'm afraid you're rather close sight of what you are. What I am? I know precisely what I am. I'm a former newspaper salesman who's trained to be a pet stylist.
Hold it!
But that's not all that you are, is it? You forget the bracelet you wear around your wrist. A bracelet marks you as a prisoner, and therefore unable to move around as you please. Oh, right, that's true. As we both know, stepping outside that door would have sounded an alarm. Well, that's... But there's no way you could have looked into the other workshop without leaving the room we were in. Gah! Ooh-wee. Stylishly done, Edgeworth. Oh, wow, that's a cute nickname.
But doesn't this mean that Mr. Solid couldn't have found the body, then?
Good question, Kay. Perhaps Mr. Soet himself can explain. So actually, I may have forgotten to mention one very important detail. Sorry about that. I can explain exactly how I was able to see the body if you like. By all means, go ahead. And it's cross-examination of the second. There's a little trick we prisoners know about, you see? Oh, a trick. As long as you leave your bracelet inside the door, you can lean out without triggering the alarm. That's how I was able to peek through the window and into the workshop next door. Inside I spotted the victim's dead body, which made me scream in fright. So he's saying... He was able to take a look next door because he had his arm inside workshop B as he leaned out. Please don't tell anyone about this little trick. Especially not the guards. Please. Is this it? Is this all he was hiding? I better dig a little deeper into his testimony just in case. And this is where he's telling me press. Press the statements. Press like there's no tomorrow.
Hold it!
Did you? Why did you make so much of an effort just to take a look? Well, you see, I heard noises coming from next door. And that room was supposed to be empty, so I thought it was strange. And you went to look as soon as you heard these noises? Yes, of course. I had to see what was going on, so I went right away. Insert, auto, something that rhymes with robotic. And this asphyxiation. Joke here. There we go, the joke worked. I see. Are there any problems with what Mr. Sword just said? There is a problem. You claimed that you looked into next door as soon as you heard some noise. If that's the case, you might know more than just a dead body. You must have seen more than just a dead body. Because the person who made the noises should have been in there too. You've got him quaking in his boots, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Soet, tell us the truth about what you saw. You do, of course, have the right to remain silent, but it will do little to dissipate the notion that you were somehow involved in this crime. I'm sorry. I did see something else, but it's too insane to believe. I really thought I might have dreamt it. That's why I wasn't sure if I should mention it. Just tell us what you saw. All right. It was that dog. Oh, shit. What the dog doing? What I saw is the stuff of nightmares. That huge black dog. He sunk his terrible teeth into the victim's throat. What did you say? I'm sawing it, and by all means, I frank. Yep, exactly. It was hellish. Utterly hellish. That beast! An awful beast! He killed him! Ugh, suddenly I don't feel so good. Jeepers creepers. That's awful. Talk about traumatizing. It was dreadful, horrible. Now you know I couldn't help but scream. So there's a man-eating dog in prison's animal population, is there? Yeah, I ignored it. He doesn't seem to like you very much. And really is everything, I promise. You believe me, don't you? For now, this won't seem too far-fetched a lie, even for you. I'd like to defend what you just told us in testimony, if you don't mind. Very well. Inside, I spotted the victim's dead body, which makes me scream in fright. I also saw a black dog, his mouth clamped tight around the man's throat. Interesting. Oh, I'm sawing it, and by it I mean my frank. I'm gonna save. Can you ask Solid what's the time? Oh wow. It's interesting that Edgeworth is meeting and so hostile to Solid because he wasn't prosecuted for the case in I1. I'm sure he thought about it a lot by now. Oh man, it was 9 a.m. It was 1 p.m. I mean, he was killed by stabbing, he wasn't bitten. No, wait, not it. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. I can't wait until, this Tuesday, because everyone and their dog on Twitter and everywhere, are like, ow. Or like, almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Are we sure the head from Slate Aspired and just saw it? It could be.
Hold it!
Oh yeah, I just, part of my braces, is a little sharp. And it bit my lip. And it's nothing major. Yes, there was blood everywhere! The beast's mouth was dripping with it and... the miracle never happened. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Spare us the gory details, will you? What about the victim? Was he...
Don't say it! Don't say it! You really need to ask him that, Mr. Edgeworth?
Today I learned... I wore. Emphasis on wore. I wore braces like when I was in middle school and high school. Like from 8th to 10th grade. And these days I don't. Like, but I have like, one of the things that, like, I do have is, like, the metallic backings that, like, they put so the teeth will stay in the place. And sometimes, like, after a while, like, you need to either chop them or, like, glue them back in place. Or, like, they cut your lip. But it's fine. Okay, what was that punch for? I'm on your side here. He wasn't moving at all. He was just lying there. And he was already dead. There was so much blood, just oozing from his neck. Ooh, he was dead as a doornail, I'm sure of that. I haven't twitched of a finger, just lifeless. Ugh, enough already. Why do you have to go to every detail like that? To give you a nice and accurate testimony. That is what you want, isn't it? Shall I add what I said in the testimony, Mr. Edgeworth? Please do. It was awful, I tell you, terrible. So I actually did to press him twice. Did he wanna? Yeah. I mean... How did you see it if you saw it from the outside, you idiot? It was covered.
Objection!
Wow.
Objection!
Yeah, how could you see it if his body was covered, my guy? A ring with the snowflake relief. Yes, I saw it clear as day. It was carved in such fine detail. Interesting. Your testimony is certainly very accurate. In fact, I'd say it's just a little too accurate. And what's wrong with being too accurate? I mean this. You testify to have seen a ring with a snowflake design on it. And while the victim did indeed have a ring on his finger... See? Exactly as I said. There was no way you could have seen it. Take a good look at this photograph. As you see, the victim's right hand was covered by a top. It would have been impossible for you to see his ring, let alone know what design was on it. Unless, that is, you approach the body and remove the sheet. You told us earlier you took only the look through the window in the door. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. There's like two variations on this song, like in terms of meme, because there's look at this graph and awkward silence, and then you have a version of the Nickelback song called "Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh," and the "every time I do, it makes me laugh" just goes over. Yeah, look at this graph. Who the heck do you think you are, huh, Mr. Big Shot? Asking like you know it all. Bum 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 bum. Now's your chance to be a big shot. I mean, I saw what I saw, I swear. Oh, I know, the man's arm must have moved under the tarp after he peeked in.
Objection!
Nonsense, you already told us that it couldn't have been the case. It's also where it never starts variation, where he just leaves. Oh, that sounds funny. He wasn't moving at all. He was just lying there. And he was already dead. You said yourself that the victim was already dead. And dead men don't move, do they? Woo-wee! Is that a stench of is that the stench of the desperation I smell? Yeah, that never starts trending funny. What are you hiding, Mr. Solid? Tell us. No, you were wrong. I know what I saw. Oh my god, the tradition, it continues. You couldn't let it go, could you? Had to keep on poking and prodding. You slimy, two-bit, associate attorney! Seems really Mr. Sword has finally revealed himself. Whoa, that's quite a rug he was rocking. It's a toupee, you imbecile! Came straight at you like some kind of flying black cat. Oh, sorry, interest was quickly lost. Yeah. Look, I'm just a sweet innocent witness here, who also killed a woman. But are you really? Because I must say I have doubts. Very serious doubts. What's that supposed to mean? You saw something that shouldn't have been impossible to see from outside the workshop. So how did you do it? That's simple. Mr. Sword, this is where you were standing when you saw the body.
Take that!
You were in the same room as the body. That's the only way you could have seen the relief on the ring. Say what you want, but you don't have a shred of evidence, do you? Nothing to prove I was in the room with the body, anyway. You can't prove it, can you? Because I was in the next room over. How old is Frank? Saw it, by the way. That's a good question. He's 47. Minding my own business and looking after the animals. Why else would I have signed a pair of rubber gloves? For fun? Now put up or shut up. I want to see evidence that proves anyone was in the room with the body. Well,
Take that!
you just said it, buddy. You're not very good at testifying, are you? Remind me, Mr. Seward, what were you doing when you discovered the body? How many times do I was practicing my pet styling techniques! Of course, then perhaps the rubber glove might mean something to you. Yeah! That's... The glove was found with the victim's body. I believe it was wrought by the killer. But I want to have noticed that you have a similar glove tucked in your apron. No, this one's different!
Hold it!
Yes, that one does seem awfully lonely, doesn't it? Hold it! It's just a rubber glove! There are hundreds of them all over the prison! That doesn't prove anything!
Objection!
Not yet, perhaps, but if I were to ask the police to check the glove for prints, I have a feeling the results would be rather fascinating. Oh, he became inverted. And then he foams in the mouth and passes away. Thoughts on the investigations to pursuit and corner themes? I like the first ones I like the first ones a little more. Like the cornered is like the da 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 da. But I think they're both good. I just like the first game's pursuit and corner themes a little more. My thoughts are that Sawa did not suffer enough. That's super valid.
Objection!
Oh, and that's how our boy Eddie Fender sounds like. That was a pretty rad objection, am I right? Honestly, very in character. That was a really good objection for Eddie Fender. Please, Fender, now is not the time for tomfoolery. But I have a legit objection, because this isn't over. There's something that still doesn't make sense. Our man here is a prisoner, right? And he got one of those bracelet doohickeys on. Eddie Fender game went, wow, absolutely. I would play that game in a heartbeat. A lot of people also want to, they want an Eddie Fender game, but also Catherine Hall is there. I'm calling her Catherine because I don't know what her canon name is, and I actually want to discover the canon names as I do. Smooth jazz.
That's true. So how could he have left his workshop in the first place? His bracelet would have triggered an alarm if he tried.
Right, we don't have a good explanation for that yet. Well, anything you'd like to share, old buddy? Good buddy? Yeah, she's super cute. She has this really... there's a scene in the ending of the third case of this, which just broke my heart. It's so cute and so sad. I'd love to see the investigations cast again so bad. Yeah, they made like, especially in Investigations 2. In Investigations 1, a lot of the side characters are very two-dimensional. Aside from like Callisto Yu, Tyrell Bad, Kay Faraday, Lang. I think there are some characters that have a little more going on, but a lot of them just feel like they feel like serviceable witnesses, you know. And also, I like Rhoda Tenryu. She's funny as well. She was more. My favorite line of her was like, "I have no interest in men who could not appreciate my sense of design." Something like that, and it's so funny. That's weird. You should be clinging onto that bracelet like a big round lightsaber it is.
In what way?
As in, it's the best hope our wing-flinging friend here has for getting off the hook for murder. Sorry, can't get into the crime scene with the bracelet on. If it was me, I'd be arguing that for my life. And yet, He hasn't said a peep about it. I wonder why that might be, And sound of silence. I suppose Miss Law Priestess did preach that silence is golden yesterday, too. Whoa, you sound like an actual attorney for a second there, Mr. Fender. Yeah, it's like he's been at the Ace Attorney, like, it's like he's been in the attorney business for, like, over 17 years. Like... Yeah, for, like, almost 2 decades. I love how, Eddie points out something Edgeworth didn't show him. He's a vet. Yeah, that's... You know, writing, like companion characters that are more experienced, or at least allegedly so, is difficult, because then you need to, like, learn how to balance them out with, you know, like with the more novice character. And, like, with Eddie, and, like, this is one of the reasons why, in the Ace Attorney games, they usually get the mentors really quickly out of the window, because then they'll make the game too easy. Now, Mia does come back. I mean, not much of spoilers. Like, by the end of Case 2, like, basically she's getting channeled. Yeah, and Edgeworth isn't a rookie either, to be fair. But yeah. But like with Phoenix, with their tactic for like dealing with Ace Attorney mentors is use them very sparingly. And with Raymond and Raymond or Edmund Fender Shields here, what they do is like he's there, he's letting Edgeworth take the helm, but here he is pointing out like the thing that like you probably didn't think about. And so it comes off balanced really well. The worst of times are when lawyers call me show our biggest smiles. This, I like, oh, this is nice because Mia also said that line to Phoenix a couple times. Gregory taught me that. It was part of our attorney's code he lived by. A4 has very divisive mentor. Yeah. Like, you have two of them. The mentor, quote-unquote, and the mentor and the actual mentor. And I think that, like, keeping, that mentor, like, relatively, sidelined was a good call, but, like, even after all these years, I still have a hard time, I don't want to say stomach, it's a little hard for me to go with how Turnabout Succession's middle section goes, because it basically means that, like, Apollo is not the one solving his own game. And it's a choice, and it's interest, and I think that, like, the more I play it, the less I remember hating that decision in Case 1. The Greatest String has a great mentor character, I'm sure you'd agree. If we're talking about Kazuma Asogi, then yeah, absolutely. They do a great job with him. Just a really, really good character. They do some very interesting stuff with him. With that, I actually want to keep, with Asogi, I actually want to keep, Ramblings to a bare minimum. Like, to a minimum, because they do some really interesting stuff with Asogi. Just really, really interesting stuff. And also with, Yuji Nikotowa, Susato's, dad. He also turned out, like, to be an amazing character. I said quite about your bracelet. You could also argue that Sholmes is... I mean, I don't think he is the mentor. He's... Yeah, I've been trying to hear your thoughts while keeping spoilers free. I wouldn't necessarily say that Sholmes is a mentor, like, and he's not even, like, the typical detective of, like, the show, of, like, what is an Ace Attorney. Like, that one is Tobias. Gregson. Sholmes is the MS guy. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. He's, like, he's your second partner character, but, like, he brings a completely different angle. Well, to tell you the truth, it's broken. Oh no! My bracelet! It's broken!
broken. I fell over a little while back, you see, and it hit on the floor. After that, I didn't mention to set off the sensors off anymore. I should have told the guards about it, you know, but, well, it was awfully convenient. I see, so your bracelet is broken. But do they really break so that easily? If so, then our prison has a serious security problem. You there, can you have a moment? Aren't you just the cutest?
Look, it's Kitty. Rose ankle monder is broken. Get him. Look at how big this kitty is. He is ridiculously big. Oh, that's a bad sprite. A bit. Like, he reaches Kay's knees. He's on top of the chain. Oh, yeah. That's... I think they got away with it a little more. Yeah, bad layering. Ahem. Meow! How can I help you, sir? Their prisoner's bracelet appears to be broken. What? Really? That's not good. I'll get someone to find a replacement right away. Thank you. We'll keep hold of that broken one for the time being. Of course, sir. I trust you'll take good care of it. Sweet. Bracelet sorted. Now, to turn our murderer in, yeah? What? No, I didn't kill anybody. Whoa there, Palio. You were the one who said your bracelet was out of commission. Or were there any other inmates freely roaming the halls while everybody was busy watching the show? No, I just found the body, that's all, I promise. Cap? Yeah, absolutely. Big cap on this guy. And what I said, and what I did, the enormous dog still had his mouth wrapped around the poor man's neck. I only went into workshop after the beast had left. And why did he go in? Well, Okay, fine, I went to go through his pockets, okay? I mean, maybe not this murder, but you did murder. Yeah, absolutely. He was going to rob the corpse. That explains why he remembers Knight's ring so much detail.
Hey, why are you looking at me like that? I'm a great thief. I'll never stoop so low as to steal from a...
Well, I didn't steal anything either. The show ended just before I'd entered the room, and all the other inmates came trickling downstairs thereafter. I panicked, rushed down to the other workshop, and started my fake screaming. Grave robbing. Yeah, Kay does not seem to be resorting to the grave robbing type. You dropped the glove in your haste, huh? Now we know. I guess this is all... I guess this all just about hangs together. Anything smell funky to you, Miles? Kale, shut the fuck up about stealing and being a thief in prison. Yeah, wow. Sometimes Kay is a good thief. Sometimes Kay's a bad thief. Other than whatever. Oh, typo detected. Someone called the typo police. Mr. Soyd is the one who did it. I'd say that one very insignificant question still remains. The question of how Knight made it to the prison proper from his holding cell in the detention center. High dex, low wisdom, and charisma. Wow. Low... I mean... I'm guessing charisma doesn't mean like, how does charisma come to place in D&D? Because, like, Kay honestly is a very charismatic character. But, like, yeah, Girly does not have a lot of wisdom. Kay would put tomato in a fruit salad. And she'd do it half because she knows it's a fruit. It's sadly a proof, and half to, like, ruin someone's day. Ooh, yeah, that one's a doozy. I also can't help but wonder about another key feature in Sowitt's testimony. The dog's involvement can only mean one thing. Mr. Sowitt. Yes? What is it? Were you the only prisoner who didn't go to watch the show? Well, no, there was another, but who didn't? Am I right in thinking this person could have watched the show even if he'd wanted to? Couldn't have. I I was thinking deception, but she did bluff out Alba last game, so I take back the charisma statement. Yeah, that's fair.
Yes! How did you... I knew it. I had my suspicions when we first ran into the black dog yesterday, but this confirms it. For a criminal that dangerous to end up in a place like this is unbelievable, but... Where is this person's cell? You're going to see him?
Who are we talking about here?
Oh, this makes sense that Edgeworth knows him, but Kay doesn't. Because Edgeworth is a prosecutor, knows about crimes. Him! He's not like the other prisoners, you know. He's special. Gets treated like royalty. But you didn't hear that from me. All I say is, if you value your life, you'd stay well away from him. What? Will you please stop trying to scare us all the time? The big cheese, huh? Well, I for one definitely value my life, so that sucks. The big cheese. I need to, like, I think that whenever I say cheese, I need to say it like cheese. Like the James May video, you know? The human maximum security. Which is over there. Wow. And there's the big cat and the big bunny.
I love you, Shield. Yeah, absolutely.
Maximum security. Well, that's certainly one way of treating someone differently. Alright, quit being so mysterious and tell us who he is already! I'll just say he's highly skilled when it comes to people's lives. Better than anyone, in fact.
Investigations rights go old men. Well, yeah. And designs them, but like, it's because Iwamoto loves his old men.
And, that's all I'm prepared to say on this subject. In fact, I may have already said too much. Well, Mozzie, anything you care to share? Or are you going to leave Kay and I in the dark here too? The mystery man in maximum security is an old acquaintance.
Ooh.
Bad and Shields go brrr. Yeah. I mean, Eddie is like 36, so he's not as old as Bad. Let's go pay him a visit. I suspect we'll find our dog canine friend there too.
But before we do that, I am going to the bathroom. I really gotta take a piss. But there's older characters, even if Shields and Fender is starting to gray under his hat. That is true. I almost forgot about Shields' gray hairs. Okay, to maximum security I go. March 28th. The prison. Maximum security. Wow. Yeah, okay, the narrative is he's definitely the old veteran character because he worked with your dad and thus is his superior in the connection to... Okay, the old to your dad. That's fair. No, I saw the first comment as well. Sorry.
Wow, it's pitch black here. I can't see a thing. But you didn't say that the Atagarasu takes flight even in the dead of night or something. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars to shine, the light of righteousness on the world's blight.
Okay, you didn't read it, so I didn't know. Yeah, that's fair.
And that is me, for I am the great thief, Yatagarasu.
Whoa, you're one powerful performer. Goofy off thief.
Thanks, but that doesn't help me see in the dark. I'm human, not a three-legged raven.
Wow, that eek sounded like the Kirby eek. Like, you know, yeah, oh, he has the... Or like the... What? Oh no, they ran away from the big dog.
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. That voice, I knew it. It has been far too long.
Sorry, I'm adjusting my mouth.
Bliggy.
With K. Yeah, that absolutely is a K meme.
You remember me? I could hardly forget now, could I? After all, you are the one who put me away.
Mr. Edgeworth? Are you talking to that dog?
Or is there someone else in there? Still can't see a dang thing. Oh, but I am forgetting myself. Forgive me. I do not often receive visitors. One moment. I will turn on the lights.
Wow. The Buddha statue looks just like him. Like from this angle, wow, it's like he looks just like the evil Buddha.
You are a heavy-footed lot. Am I right in thinking there are 3 of you in all?
With Shelly the Killer, yeah. The less cooler Danielle with Shelly the Killer, a bit.
Very well. Perhaps we should start by introducing ourselves. I am
Bodhiharmakanis. Bodhidharma Kanis. Kanis Bodhidharma. Oh, it's a... Bodhidharma Kanis. What was his name in the old game? Like in the fan translation? I completely forgot what this character is called in Bodhidharma Kanis. And in the fan translation, he is called, the unofficial is, Sirhan Dogen. I don't know. I mean, Sirhan Dogen is like less syllables, so it's easier to say. But Bodhidharma Kanis. We'll just call him Kanis. Like Canis, like dog. Wolf dog. Yeah, that's smart.
As you may have gathered, Mr. Edgeworth, and I are old acquaintances.
Kanis was a notorious assassin. Some knew him as the Blind Butcher.
His only weapons were his vicious hunting hound and a fiercely sharp knife. Oh wow, this image goes hard. This goes fucking hard. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. And the last sound the victims would ever hear. That's super metal. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I to guess you have come to see me? Sirhan is Arabic for wolf, and Dogen is dog, and a Buddhist monk name. Yeah, Dogen always went... Canis always went hand. We're just gonna call him Canis. You know why I'm here. In fact, I'm willing to bet you know every detail of this sordid little affair already. And I suppose we have nothing to hide from one another. Oh, there's the dog. What the dog doing? Your faithful canine friend is currently the chief suspect in a murder investigation. Bodhidharma also is the Chinese monk name. Ooh, that's nice. I also saw that in the wiki. The person who found the body saw a dog with its mouth around the victim's throat. The boss name tag. Oh, wow, that was also there. Nice. Your witness is mistaken. Helmut is a gentle soul. He is my eyes and nothing more. It is absurd to think he would do such a thing, isn't it, boy? Yes, it is. You're a good boy, aren't you? They have the same eyebrow shape, I just noticed. Helmut is more than a mere seeing eye dog, and he's certainly no good boy. He's also a trained killer. A weapon once used in this man's sordid trade. This witness of yours. He is trustworthy, I assume. Oh, Sword is anything but trustworthy. And he's still very much a suspect himself. Evie. I can hardly claim his testimony is beyond reproach. I know then? I thought as much. Yes, I did, Helmut. Yes. The figures you already knew who our witness is. Who our witness is, yeah. I think he's the guy who gets this stuff, I forgot. What were you doing between 8 and 10 a.m. yesterday morning, Mr. Connies? During the show, you mean? I was there, ensconced in these humble surroundings. I have developed a passion for wood carving, you see. An obsession, even. The games are easily influenced by its surroundings, the genes. Even its face starts to look like that of a trainer. Yeah, it is. He does look like an EV. Wow, the face looking like its trainer could be really weird. Like, imagine... I now want to see, like, a trainer with a unibrow, and the EV also has a unibrow, for example. Could be funny. And you have permission to engage in such a hobby. I can't believe someone actually let you. The Lord and I have an understanding. An understanding? That's ridiculous. This man should not be allowed one, let alone 5 chisels. With nothing but lethal weapons in his hands. I was carving Buddhist pieces at first. But by the 674th, my interest has begun to wane. Whoa! This must have taken forever! Time is all I have, child. In any case, my focus has now shifted to pieces, such as these. I didn't know you played chess. You play too, do you not, prosecutor? Perhaps one day you might indulge me? Cornelius also has a chess set, yeah. Though you may find my game rather rudimentary. I only began after my arrival here, I'm afraid. What is that piece? A dog with 3 heads. Ah, yes, the dogs of war. You must forgive my little joke. Chess is, after all, a game of war. Soldiers, knights, castles. All doing their utmost to protect the king. All loyal to the last. All loyal to the last. I've always thought it strange that such a game has no place for a dog. After all, what's more loyal a weapon could an army call upon? Still, and this guy goes hard. Still, it's simply a piece I made for fun. Fear not, I play by the regular rules and with the regular pieces.
It's cool context for Edgeworth's demon prosecutor era, as he did at least stop and arrest an assassin. Yeah, it is. It makes sense. Not all bad.
Yeah, some of the guilty people are in fact guilty. I can't imagine it's easy finding opponents to play here in prison, though. Oh, I have my correspondence. Correspondence chest, then. Showing moves by post. Yes. Even prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters. Their contents are inspected, of course. Although, I have yet to receive the details of my current opponent's next move. It sounds as if the opponent isn't a resident here. I suppose you know the identity of the deceased, Mr. Canis. His name was Bronco Knight, was it not? Poor unfortunate soul. Keep your ear to the ground. My ears are all I have, Mr. Edgeworth.
It is impressive how he... Like, I bet that there are blind sculptors out there. But, like, in blind woodcovers. Maybe... Remind me in case 5 to talk about this. Sure.
Well, I'm not surprised he's plugged into the prison's information network. But perhaps he was not so unfortunate after all. What do you mean? Mr. Knight's crime was a grave one. A crime for which he would have been made to pay dearly anyway. The attempted assassination of President. That is no small matter.
Attempted assassination? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth! Did Mr. Knight...
Yes, we proved that he murdered his team leader, and that there was no attempt on the president's life. Could it be? Are they attempting to cover President Pink's assassination scheme?
They could be.
Whoa there, cowboy. You saying the Bronx didn't actually have a pop at the prez? I was hired to defend him on the charge of attempted murder.
Because the chess with criminals is a great theme of this game. Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
You mean, you don't know what really happened? So what? They just blamed the whole assassination thing on Mr. Knight?
It would explain why the committee was so keen to get involved.
Of course. They took you off to try and keep you away.
And swapped out that wiener kid to push through an attempted murder charge.
Ah, yes. Fender being the defense for all your targets in the game. Oh, wow. Is he? Quite interesting.
In other words, they're trying to cover up the truth.
So they really were trying to frame him. According to the guards.
And look, Fender actually being a defense attorney, unlike Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix was a defense attorney, but what do you mean by that? I need you an elaboration.
According to the guards, this night wasn't. They tell me it was violent.
Oh, since Fender defends guilty. Oh, yeah. Phoenix only does that on accident. But I think... I will say that, like, even Apollo is more of a defense attorney than Phoenix, because, like... Yes, like, I mean, like, specifically in Apollo Justice, because all of Apollo's clients in that game, Phoenix included, have done a crime other than not the murder. Like, Maki Tobiah helped smuggle medicine. Phoenix forged evidence. So did Vera. And Waki also did something, but I forgot what it was.
I am no expert in legal matters, but allow me to say this one thing. I know for certainty that he would not have been the first inmate put in prison on false pretenses. Ugh. An uncomfortable fact, but fact nonetheless. Yes, and Root, yes, it is. Yes. The courtroom is not always the bastion of truth you believe it to be, Mr. Edgeworth. This was also a theme lightly investigated in the first one. Phoenix is pretty bad at his job, and not wanting to defend guilty people is pretty bad, as guilty people will need representation. But Phoenix is an asshole and doesn't defend them. He doesn't charge for his cases, so he's always broke too. Yeah. So, I mean, as a protagonist it works, but like in the context of the game, yeah. No bastion of truth, huh? I've heard something of that effect before. Yes, from some Interpol agent who doesn't have much faith in prosecutors. You're not whistling truth behind those closed doors too, are you? Oh, look, Lang mentioned. Fueled by that kind of thinking. Is it any wonder if courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. I never was fully able to dispel his mistrust of prosecutors. Even Helmut understands. Don't you, Helmut? Yes, you do. The truth revealed in court and your deductions. It is dangerous to trust either implicitly.
Oh, he's a great protagonist, but yeah, from an outsider looking at his morals prevent him from doing his job.
There is something to that. Ugh. But I am not bitter. You are not the first to make me a subject of unfounded suspicions in recent days. In fact, I was visited by another prosecutor only yesterday. He was accompanied by a judge. He even dragged the warden along, her distaste for me lingering unspoken in the air.
Not those two again!
Prosecutor Winner and Judge Gavell. They went all over my cell with a fine-tooth comb, but they left empty-handed. They were looking for the murder weapon, I believe, but to no avail. But they mustn't take it personally. Rumor has it that they searched every cell in prison, and still failed to find what they were looking for. I pray they weren't disappointed. Well, that posed more questions than it answered. What do we do now? Sir, its testimony is flimsy at best. I need more proper evidence if I want to take Canis on. Well, I think that's quite enough chit-chat for one day. Helmut will show you out. Good boy, Helmut. Go on now.
Oh my god, he's chasing them out!
He's not showing us out permanently, right?
Let's get out of here, come on! And Edgeworth hasn't been barked away.
Until next time, Mr. Canis. It does pay me that our brief time must end, just as we were becoming reacquainted. I await your return, Mr. Edgeworth. Out I go.
Oh my god, Kay, no! Kay, you're not allowed to climb on that! That's prison property!
Now to gather the evidence I need to bolster my case.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth?
That's the best hiding spot you could find? It's alright, Kay, you can come down now.
She looks so... As I said, guilty people still serve defense, a fight for else sentences at least. But Phoenix doesn't either you're innocent and a good person, or guilty and bad in his eyes most of the time, though he showed some sympathy but still doesn't change his ways. She does look so scrunkly, that's true.
Where's Fender?
He ran off somewhere. I had no idea where he could move that fast.
Huh, Fender.
So, what do we do now?
You and I will continue the investigation, and I know just where to start. By solving that one particular mystery that has been dogging us this whole time. Knight's body was found in one of the prison workshops, but He was presumably being detained in one of the detention centers holding cells. So how did he wind up on the other side of those heavy security doors? Let's start investigating the holding cells.
And Mr. Knight's room, right? But, what about Mr. Fender?
Sorry, I have a lot of complicated thoughts on Phoenix. I like his edge though. He's not a goody two-shoes some they can be. Yeah, like honestly, Phoenix, even like in the beginning in the trilogy, he's a bit of a snark. He's very snarky and like low-key judgmental. Like yeah, he has good intentions, but like in Justice for All specifically, like he can be really temperamental. He's only like the sunshine sunflower kid. He like in around like in case one of like the third game where he's like a useless college kid. This makes me feel that like maybe one of the reasons why he's not a he's a bitch. Oh, he's a bitch and will use his failed art degree to lord over people. Oh my god, absolutely. I mean, I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember, like, when he lorded over people, but he does have that vibe of, like, art student turned lawyer. It is super funny. My favorite, I'm now thinking that like maybe one of the reasons why he's slightly embarrassed by Larry is because Larry reminds him too much of what he was in college. Like they're both lovesick puppies, but like one of them grew out of it and the other one didn't. Case the first I stole that line from the Franziska documentary. I still need to watch it, but I also wanna replay Justice for All before I watch that one. Yeah, I should watch it, but again, I want to replay Justice for All, just to like, revisit like how Franziska is presented. I bet it's great, but like, I want to replay the trilogy beforehand. And then see what other people have to say about it. So it'll take some time until I get to it. I did see like some of the clips from it, like that he sent me, and it certainly does look like this woman has an OP, I don't remember if like she's a woman or not. OP understands Franziska von Karma more than like half the fandom. Like even Franziska's fans. I'm sure they'll find it when he's ready.
Sure, but he's kind of her boss, isn't he? Ah, well.
Where are the slutty autists? We do need them. They exist. Trust me, they exist. They're real. March 28th, 1:34 p.m. She has a break. I bet. I mean, I don't know if I'd call Franziska a slut. Like, she's not very slutty. She's very prim and proper, but there is the whip. The victim's jail cell is over there.
Lead the way, Mr. Edgeworth.
I've just about had it. Who's that? Oh, it's her. It's Fifi. Warden the guard. She must have come from the corridor marked near entry. He's still not talking, ma'am. Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct? No. And I've tried so many times I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report. I mean, I can't send in a black report. She wasn't calling for any slut. She was talking about how the autistics represent media and how she wished they were more like her. Ah, I see. Yeah, that makes more sense. Thanks for the correction. I guess a killer from hire was always going to be a tough nut to crack. A killer from hire. Whew. I couldn't help but overhearing more than the god, but were you just talking about a body down mechanis?
My, you were listening? How very good of you. The girl's privacy is her honor, you know.
Do you normally conduct interrogations of the man yourself?
Oh, it's not just him, darling. I try to have the occasional tete-a-tete with everyone, you see.
That's what it means to be a member of the family of a little home of ours. Unavoidable interrogation. Yeah, that's how families. That's a good family dynamic. Very healthy as well.
There isn't a person who hasn't made the pilgrimage to my office at least once.
Your office.
How sweet! He's angling for an invite. Well, I suppose he is the hottest ticket in town. It's down the corridor here, darling, but FYI, I don't let anybody wander in willy-nilly.
The stash and the guy behind you in the picture, though, wow, that is... Like, both of them have majestic stashes.
Let's see, that would put it right around this area. Oh, it's a wonderful room. If I do say so myself, the guests rave about it. And who wouldn't want a view of my fabulous garden and the yard? Ooh la la! The yard? If it's anything like the rest of the place, it's probably full of adorable animals, right? Can I see?
It's a zoo with prisoners.
Oh, darling, that's so sweet of you to take an interest, but I'm afraid it's just not possible. Why not? Because you're not a member of our home. If you want to see it so badly, you'll just have to get convicted for doing something unspeakable.
She is so a human zoo. Yeah. Steven Universe, we like.
That's a rather steep price to pay. Oh, but just listen to me chattering away like there's no tomorrow. It's time for Allie's lunchy brunch. That poor dear will be dying. Allie, the sweetest little deer in the world. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but you know who it is. Now, to the yard with me. Ciao for now, darlings.
And away she goes. And she just phased in. Ah, that show. At least it had good music. At least the music was great. I don't want to open the Pandora's box that is Steven Universe discourse in this stream. It needs to stay in the mid to late aughts, like 2010s, and it needs and be locked under key. I want to ask her about Kanice, but she's dominated the conversation from start to finish. Oh, let's investigate the victim's cell, shall we? I do want to rewatch as Steven Universe in a while because, just like to, because there's a lot of, because it's a very interesting show in that regard. So this is Knight's cell. What do you think he brought? Oh shit, he has a reliquary. Yeah.
What do you think he was brought in, Mr. Edgeworth?
It would have been in the evening of the 25th, just after the events of the lake. And then, at some point, he wound up in the prison proper. But how? There must be some evidence here that would point us in the right direction.
All right, let's get looking, Mr. Edgeworth.
Begin investigation. I want to look here first of all. I'm gonna scout the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Let's begin with this. There's some dust that has been wiped. There's something different. There's something different about this spot here.
This part of the floor is weird to clean. Did someone wipe it down or something?
Why would somebody only do that part right next to the bed, though? That's a good question. Also a jacket. This must be Knight's suit jacket.
So I've been doing some research on my own.
Oh, and what have you discovered?
I discovered that the guys who look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies.
So eager to get into Bronco's bed, I see, Hale.
Excuse me!
No, absolutely not.
But don't worry. Guys with furry neck ruffles are next to my research list.
Please stop.
Hey look! This newspaper's got a chunk of it missing.
You're right. A few of its pages have been roughly torn out. But why? Light teasing. Yeah.
They Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean his cell but didn't have a clean cloth.
It's not really an implausible theory, I suppose, but who would try to clean out their cell? I'm gonna try connecting the dots. Pretty sure he used the newspaper to wipe the floor. And I'm correct. The spot on the floor has been wiped clean.
Maybe he spilled some grape juice?
Who knows, but we can certainly imagine what he used to do the wiping. The torn out pages of the newspaper.
Why wouldn't he just ask a guard for cloth or something, though?
Perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was wiping up. The bed doesn't look very comfortable, but the pillow cover is very clean, spotless in fact.
I bet this is the kind of bed Gummy sleeps in. I can just picture it, can you? That's not a good thing, can you?
No, I sense he's more of a mattress on the floor type. Gross and lewd. A bit. The wall is nice and spotless. And there are no signs that a toilet paper has been used. Everything seems to be in order with this toilet here.
What? Are you serious?
Why? What's wrong?
There's no door. There's not even a curtain. Whoever designed this place should have thought a little more about the people who have to live here.
I think there might be a reason why the open plan layout. Standard barrel window. No signs of having been tampered with. I don't think there's any chance a killer escaped through here.
Aha! Must remember to bring something to saw through iron bars with. As they say, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. I'm glad I got the chance to scope this place out.
Oh my goodness, Kay. Okay, we're investigating a crime scene, not preparing for an eventual escape. But we can. They can. Reflected in the mirror is
a security camera, a great thief's greatest enemy.
Carol learning why she should keep her mouth shut about being a thief. Yeah, absolutely. Low wisdom on this lady.
Nothing about this place is very thief-friendly, if I'm being honest.
I think that might be entirely deliberate, Kay.
God!
Oh, no, wait. I thought it was Kay. No, it was, Edgeworth. God! I'd like you to retrieve the footage from the security camera and review it carefully as you can. If you can see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately. Yes, sir! Making money while you're serving time. You'll laugh tomorrow. An anthology. Understanding animal emotions. A second chance at life. Interviews with the second farm prisoners. 200 days to freedom. An escape story. My life as a pet stylist. That probably must have been the book Saulwood read.
Ooh, what's the menu doing here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It seems like those held in the detention center are able to choose what they like to eat each day. If they can afford it, that is.
Money makes the world go round, I guess.
That's awfully dystopic.
But doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees?
Bail does not... This is a reminder that bail does not exist in the Ace Attorney universe. Well, okay, bear in mind, the people held in these cells have been found guilty yet. Some of them don't deserve to be punished, quite a few of them in fact.
So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have a hard time as anybody else?
Ugh. How did I wind up defending the practices of the detention system?
Hey, look at this weird piece of paper.
There's some sort of a grid on it. Let's take a closer look. I'm guessing we can deduce, it's probably a chess system.
Eureka!
Nope, there's a contradiction between the systems. I needed to, does it not? I'm not familiar with that lore. I mean, as far as I know, I mean, maybe it's because trials go so quickly in the Ace Attorney universe, so characters just stay in the detention center for like up to 3 days. Yeah, what I need to do is like about the dog pet chess piece.
Eureka!
This chess game. I've seen it before.
Enough with the chess chat, Mr. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating here. Focus!
I'm investigating. This particular bit of chess set could prove to be vital. Now, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it is?
It's the chess set we saw in Mr. Keenis' cell.
I mean, most of the cases are murder, so I'd imagine in prison without parole. That's fair.
But, I don't really know the rules of chess, so...
The rules of the game are not important here. What is important are the positions of the pieces. Compared to the ones in Mr. Keenis' with these, do you notice anything?
I don't know which piece is which or anything, but... If you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces in the same squares.
Indeed. There was no dog in the diagram, but that's to be expected. Apart from that, however, the positions of the pieces are identical.
And what does that tell us?
Oh, I have my correspondence. As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Keenis' chess opponent was.
Mr. Knight?
This could be just the proof we need to show that Mr. Keenis had a connection to the victim. Just throw the pawns at your opponents. It's very simple. And that was all we found. I think we're about to be about exhausted as cell. We made significant progress by establishing connection between Mr. Keenis and the victim. This is bad, sir. Is that the god? The security camera footage, sir. I watched it in. What is it? Can you show it to us? Yes, sir. I have a small playback monitor with me. I do it in my mind all the time. Ooh, the 3D... The CG objects.
Is that black thing? It's that dog, right?
Until now, assumptions was that crime has taken place inside the prison proper. But it seems the assumption might have been wrong. The knight has actually been attacked in this location. In the holding cells.
Take that!
Right here in the detention center. And this perpetrator was indeed Mr. Keenis' dog. This is just the evidence we need. And this is where Knight was actually murdered. And one of the pieces of evidence we found here is in his cell takes a whole new meaning. Knight's cell with the crime's new piece of evidence takes new significance. I think it's the white floor.
Take that!
The floor of Knight's cell was wiped clean, presumably to remove something. Could that something have been his blood? Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing for me one more favor? Nay, but sir, there's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. I need you to give him a message. Tell him we have this cell tested for traces of blood and report the results to Mr. Edgeworth. You got it, sir. And alas, the investigation is to be done.
Now we can really go after that Keenis' guy, Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knight and the dog moved between this cell and prison proper.
Right, so that's what we need to figure out next. What's the play, coach? Where are we off to?
I suspect one of the guards might know something. We should have to post nearby and see what they have to tell us. March 28th, 2:15 p.m. Detention Center Corridor.
Okay, time to get asking. Huh?
Well, look who it is. It's Shilong Lang. Thanks for the tour. Later. It's our boy Lang. Well, Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend. I didn't expect to run into you here. Must be my lucky day. This is Agent Shilong Lang of Interpol. He was in charge of the case I worked on 2 weeks back. He thought he had to go home for Zheng Fa after that, but here he is. Lots of business to take care of, I take it, Agent Ming. You could say that.
Nothing that need concern you, though. There's the black cow, no wolf in all black and gold. Hey, wait! Why are you all alone today? That's true. He's usually accompanied by an army of police officers. I hear you were at it again a couple of days back, sticking your nose into things. A couple of days back. Oh, that means the incident with the president of Zhengfang. Actually, I had thought you might be there as well, for heading up the security detail. Ha! Our president doesn't have much faith in the efficiency typo of his own country's police force. Maybe now think twice before using contractors again. Amateurs. Agent Lang doesn't have much faith in prosecutors or the courts to do their jobs right. Which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his handpicked crew of the corrupt officers. Indeed, no doubt things could have turned out differently if you and your men had been in charge. 9 men, huh? Yeah, those guys aren't around anymore. Why is that? What? They're not. It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now. Ha 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 ha! What are you saying, Agent? What on earth happened? I told you, it doesn't concern you. See her around, Mr. Prosecutor. Lang mostly showed up here to remind the plot that he exists. Wow, he seemed not okay.
Yes, and I would very much like to know why, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. We'll worry about Agent Lang later. We have an investigation to conduct.
Alright, let's start by talking to these guards.
Let's ask them. I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog wandering around here recently? That thing? No way! If I had, well, let's just say I'd be a lot more nervous about standing here. I mean, to be fair, that dog has killed people.
So, do you and this dog have some kind of history or something?
Now, Kay, you should know when to let sleeping dogs lie. By the sound of it, Felice's dog hasn't been spotted in this kind of heavy security doors. Oh man, I am so much trouble. What is the matter? You seem perturbed. Oh, well, you see, one of my uniforms is missing. I could have sworn it was right here in my locker.
Did it grow a pair of legs and run off somewhere?
Where in the world would that idea spring from?
Anyway, I hope you track it down soon. I'll be rooting for you.
Proud of that pun, Edgeworth? Yeah, that's a good one. Thanks, I appreciate it. Well, we did hear that. Hey. Are those my faithful assistants I see before me? Thunder, and where exactly have you been? Where have you been? I've been looking for you two. Been searching high and low. Wandering lonelily through the prison halls. It was terrible, I tell you.
But the prison's over there on the other side of the facility, boss.
So listen, I just got the lowdown on some seriously dynamite material. You wanna hear it, right? Right?
Seamless.
I was chatting with a few of the guards and they told me something très intéressant. Turns out the Bronxer had himself a little incident 2 days ago. Pre-mortar, if you catch my drift.
An incident?
Simeon told you he came to visit his pal, right? Well, it happened right after they wrapped up, when Bronco was being escorted back to his cell. It was just one guard and he was handcuffed, obs. They made it back, but when the guard was taking off the Bronxer clobbered him, knocked the poor guy cold. So that's it. Sounds like it might have been the prelude to a jailbreak. Because when the other guards showed up, they couldn't find her comrade's keys. Were there any rumblings of knights attempting to escape? That's the bit that fries the old noggin. There were none. He just sat in his cell and turned up dead. And what's more, he swore right at the end that he never stole the keys. They turned his cell inside out too, but no dice.
I'm glad he was struck. What did he have to say? Nothing. Poor guy was still out when they took him to the hospital. Word is, they're still there. So there's nobody around to tell us what really happened.
That's interesting.
What the? It's you, losers! Is it our boy? Is it Eustace? I think it is. I think we're having the cross-examination with him. Why are you still hanging out here like a bad smell? Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Miles is working with me now as an associate. Nonsense! You're all here to cause trouble and turn my investigation into a fart! Oh my god. Oh my goodness, he speaks like a middle schooler! Like an elementary schooler even. Oh, that's great. Eustace means farce, of course. The simple slip of the tongue. Seemed like a reasonably apt choice of words for me. Judge Gavel! Great to see you again. I know what you are. You're Simeon Saint's attorney. Guilty as charged. Now, we've broken the ice. How about a friendly? No! She's not Oh, Verity is definitely establishing her boundaries here. Or not. I'm cool either way. I'm totally cool either way. Now, did I hear you correctly that Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team?
Yep, and me too! We're officially employees of Edgeworth & Co.
This child prosecutor actually acts like a child. Friends, tantrums aside. Yeah. Hale? Yeah, what is it? I saw the line. Sus? What did I do that was sus? Yeah, I lost track of what I did was sus, but I will say it was not intentional.
But a prosecutor is a public servant. You would draw your sword at the goddess to work her personal gain? It's not a problem if I'm not getting paid there, correct?
They're unpaid interns. Nothing more.
Exactly what he said. Miles here is just a volunteer. We're all about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth & Co.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How wonderful. So you all work without reward? The goddess will surely approve. Yeah, I'm a regular philanthropist. Judge Gavel, I was hoping to ask you the grounds for Simeon Saint's arrest. That information is all you need. Is that a challenge I hear?
Oh my god. Oh, what is he doing? I mean, I know what he's gonna do, but this is really funny. No, I was just asking Judge Gavel.
I'm always ready for a little verbal combat to show you what it takes to be a real winner.
Oh man, this boy.
How is verbal combat if you won't let me speak? Still, this could prove useful. Fine, we'll do as you suggest.
Now, if you could begin by telling us how Mr. Saint was arrested.
There will be no need for that. Eustace, we should... Ha ha ha! Now, Gavel. Watch and wonder. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place, he's going to run rings around me.
I think you would just say that you would be the one running rings around me.
And I will. So badly their ears will be ringing. Prepare to be humbled, Edgeworth.
Oh my goodness. They did such a good job of translating him. My god, he's so funny.
You wanna know why I arrested that man? It's simple. Simple. I found evidence. Evidence of him all over that thing. How's that for some Winnie lethal inconvertible, conclusive proof? Oh my goodness. And who saw the truth first? Why, me, of course. Winner by name, winner by nature.
Oh my god, this boy's a treasure. He's doing his best.
Where do I even begin? Look at you, utterly lost for words in the face of such mastery. I'll take your silence as yet another win. Drinking game phrase attorney. Take a shot every time Eustace Winner says the word win or winner. I will not pay for the hospital bills. Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint. But do you ever have the authority to do so, Mr. Winner? Well, obviously, it was the police who actually arrested him. But I told them to do it. So I think I can claim the credit, don't you? Of course, that's what he meant. This is clearly going to take a while. A shame, really. Given that I'm much more interested in what Judge Gavel is silently thinking over there.
Currently, she's thinking about her response.
You want to know why I arrested that man?
I'm gonna press all his statements because everything he has to deal with another baddie prosecutor but doesn't get a little sister card. Yeah, that sucks.
That's really funny. I'm just checking, but... You do know what it was you arrested, correct? Huh? Is this some kind of joke? Of course I know who I arrested. It was Simeon Saint. Good to know he remembers that much at least.
Oh my goodness.
I had rock solid grounds for arresting Simeon Saint. First-rate reasons.
He changed his testimony! Oh, that's great.
Hold it!
Rock solid, you say? I'm impressed. Hold on, I know what you're doing here. You're trying to butter me up. Yeah, it might work in the chump scene in court, but it won't work on me. The evidence we found is certainly rather damning for Mr. Saint.
His little conductor movements are so cute. Yeah, they are. He's so adorable. This is why Eustace became universally adopted by like the entire fandom. He's the fandom's son since like 2011.
Perhaps you should tell Mr. Edgeworth about it, Eustace. Eustace? Damning is right. And I was the strength of that evidence that I decided to arrest him. It's simple. Simple. I found evidence on him, of him all over that thing.
Hold it!
Evidence of him was all over that thing. Could you be a little more specific, Mr. Winner? Do I really have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I'd hoped that you could even put 2 and 2 together.
Stop messing around. She has to edge him on while mom and her lame ass son meme. Yeah, absolutely.
The onus is on you to prove a comprehensive testimony. Come now, Eustace. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friends would be very interested to learn how you cracked the case.
Wow, she is being a mom to him.
They certainly don't look keen to hear about it. They certainly look keen.
Yeah, they do. They don't look. They do look.
Fine. If you insist, I'll fill in the gaps.
Brace yourself, because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. I'm so poor Gavel. His sexy 9 vibe is ruined. Her sexy 9 vibe is ruined by the swagless child. Wow, it really is. I don't know why I keep imagining like this kid sound like Math Game Theory. I'm so sorry for ruining Eustace Winner for all of you guys, but he does give me like Math Gap. Like he's like, hello, hello, and welcome to Film Theory. Hours spending time on her fashion wasted. Yeah, absolutely. I bet you didn't even know, but the victim had, oh wait for it, a chess set with him. And that chess set was covered by the fingerprints of a certain Mr. Simeon Saint. Praise be to the goddess of justice for the insight she offered. And congratulations once again, Eustace. Wow, she really has to
edge this man on. Like, I no, like, she has to level him up. Because if he gets any other, like, if he gets anything that isn't praise, he will break down into tears. And the cabin alarm is off. It was on. I hope you guys didn't hear it. You would not object to Eustace amending his testimony. She's praying to God for strength. Yeah, she is. You would not object to Eustace amending his testimony. I trust Mr. Edgeworth. No, by all means, please do. Mr. Saint's fingerprints were right there. All over the victim's chest set. I wanna continue pressing him just to see what he has to say. How's that for some winningly incontrovertible, conclusive proof? This statement specifically feels like a personal attack on me.
Hold it!
The only incontrovertible fact here is the fact you don't know how to give a proper testimony. What are you talking about? It's not my fault if you can't keep up. Such a skill issue. Imagine studying and getting selected to be a judge and ending up babysitting duty. Poor woman. Oh man, poor Verity. Perhaps I could be so willing to offer some additional details. The only fingerprints found to the scene belong to the guards, the prisoners, the victim, and Mr. Saint. I think you'll agree Mr. Saint was the only prince that had no business being there. Yes, exactly! Now do you get it, Edgeworth? Oh, I do, but I'm not so sure about you. If other prints belong to the victim, the guards, and Listen. Oh my god, I realized the gimmick. Every time you press him, he changes his testimony. Like, he doesn't add any more statements. He just presses them. Like, this is, like, she is scrubbing his testimonies out of their flaws. It's really funny.
Hold it!
It's so funny. Also, the scale embroidery on the sleeves, lol. You saw it first, and I suppose you can prove that. Yeah, it's like the scale embroidery. I cannot believe I commissioned this robe specifically only for it to be wasted on this child. I made the connection the moment I saw the crime scene. It was lightning fast deductive leap. What more evidence do you need? Well, you haven't given me any evidence at all so far, so... Sorry, I'm just in love with Gavel's design. Yeah, it's amazing. You still don't get it, do you? Well, don't worry. We can't all be born winners. I'm not even sure I want to get whatever he's talking about. A winner's education for pressing every one of his statements. I got an achievement. I figured it all on a flash. A matter of light years. The winner wins a game. Wow, that's so funny. I did not know that you could get an... That's so funny they made it into an achievement. Good on the developers. Because the original game did not have achievements. I mean, it has this... It has it because Saint brought it to him.
Objection!
This is like the easiest testimony in the game. So the fingerprints on the chest sets are the ace up your sleeve? Why is the dog so angry? You mean, this guy? I mean, because he's always, that's his fuel for the blood. For the bloodshed. That's right! Edgeworth. I mean, it is case 2 against a literal child. Yeah, pretty much. 17-year-olds, and I'm saying that as someone who has been 17, have such a, like... They really do think they've seen it all. They really do think that, like, they figured everything out, and that, like, they experienced so much, and all the world has to say... to see. Yeah. Pretty certain he's 17. Yeah, see? 17 years old. Yeah, because they do say that like boys grow up slower than girls. So maybe that's it, but I don't know. He's just very childish. Only your winning hand is a busted flush. Oh my goodness, we're back to the poker allegories. I can't escape a lot through no matter how much I try. For you see, it was Simeon Saint who brought that chess set to the victim in the first place. Therefore, it's only natural that his fingerprints are all over it. Spoilers for case 4, but he also never had to grow up. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I know the backstory. That took a while to sink in. In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything. Mr. Saint's arrest was premature. Premature? The incident took place here within the walls of this facility. Edgeworth plays chess, Phoenix plays poker. Yeah, oh, that's true. Then what does Apollo play? Like, I'm guessing that, like with Ryunosuke, it's probably either shogi or, like, if he, like, maybe he plays Hanafuda, which is a card game, like a Japanese card game. So it's not poker, but it is a Japanese card game. Me neither god or the prisoner. Roulette. Yeah, Apollo does in fact play the roulette. The roulette of getting a different backstory every game because they can't settle on how to make him interesting. And being neither a god nor prisoner makes it very little sense to suspect Mr. Saint. Oh! Ah! Now what? I think you might have I think you might be the premature one here, Mr. Edgeworth. I could see Goen or Mahjong too. Yeah, that's fair for Ryunosuke. And you think you are the one accusing me of being hasty? Did he only work that out? Did he only just work out what that word means? Sure. I identified Mr. Saint as a suspect faster than pretty much anybody else. Ka-chow! Oh my goodness. And I won the race when it came to picking up the crucial evidence too. I'm quick on the draw, you see? Now he's Lightning McQueen. They have similarities. They're both cocky motherfuckers. Hey, what are you doing? I'm headcanoning. But hasty? Not at all. You're right, Mr. Saint isn't guard or prisoner here, but he was.
Overruled.
Eustace. Judge Gavelle. Oh, why is she interrupting? Maybe. Butt out, Gavelle. I have him right where I want him. Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may, while the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor? Something more impressive? If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Edgeworth, Eustace made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon. Perhaps you would like to hear it? Yes, of course, that. Well remembered, Gavelle. Listen to this, Edgeworth, and prepare to be amazed.
Objection!
Silence, bot. Silence. Be gone. Banned.
Edgeworth and Fanny actually had to work for the early prosecutor titles than this dweeb. Yeah. When her Castlevania ass music comes up and Eustace shuts his ass up. Yeah. Valid. Let's just say, you won't be disappointed. Judge Gavelle's liberty diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? Testimony number 2. Fact 1. The murder weapon has some sort of metal blade. Fact 2. Potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within prison walls, as we both know. From these 2 facts, I concluded that the weapon must have come from outside. Men do not have to try at all to get into positions of power, I swear to God. this guy is a fucking Nepo baby, and that's canon. I mean, it is in fact canon, not just like headcanoning. This guy's a canonical Nepo baby. It must have been hidden inside the chess set. That's what I think anyway. And since the only prince... Yes. And since the only prince we found in the chest set belonged to the victim and the suspect, I'd say it's blindingly obvious who brought the weapon and used it, wouldn't you? If nothing else, his testimony is this time is a little more comprehensible than the last. And the worst part is his father doesn't even want him to succeed. Yeah, I mean, light spoilers for like the rest of the game, but it's pretty obvious. Another winning deduction brought to you by winner Eustace, prosecutor extraordinaire. More like winner useless prosecutor extraordinaire, if you ask me. See, the Eustace sounds like useless. I caught on to their wordplay. There's a there's a justification for giving him the Eustace name.
But how could anyone even hide a weapon outside a chess set?
Good question. Why don't you take a look for yourself? Inside the chessboard. I suppose there's only one way to find out. I mean, I don't think... There's nothing in here but chess pieces. Winner can also be wordplay into whiner. Yeah, it is. And then you can have it used as a useless whiner. Ugh, that laugh is really something. He seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden here somewhere. I better take a closer look. Oh, I can also roll with my mouse key. Nice. Oh, what? The stiff lining on the top opens like a flap door. Whoa, there's plenty of room there. Indeed. Well enough to hide something like a small knife. Ingenious, no? The killer snuck the weapon in by...
Objection!
Huh? Huh? What do you mean, huh? Let me finish, will you? One jab and this kid and this kid breaks down. I fear you've not been listening, Mr. Winner. Or perhaps you've simply forgotten. The detention center is outfitted with a security gate. Huh? I mean, yeah, and... The security gate also acts as a metal detector, Eustace. It is definitely the whining. We must pass through another one on the way into the prison himself, remember? Haha! Yes! Yes, that's right! Of course I remember! You definitely didn't. It would have been impossible to smuggle a metal blade through the gate into the facility. Which would seem to blow rather large hole in reasoning, Mr. Winner.
Overruled.
What does she have to say? That gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subjected to a cursory check. I love her blank-ass stare as she was disassociating. Yeah. Are you telling me that chess set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been, alas. It seems only the guards have gone a little lax in that regard of late. Very good. Thank you, Gavel. It was my pleasure. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. What have you been? Oh, sad about the lack of justice. Yeah. They haven't really grown lousy. Cross-examination. It's like she's holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction Mr. Winter holds up, shall we? Fact one. Let's start pressing some statements and see what
I actually want to see what Edgeworth has to say.
The deductions in the previous testimony stunk worse than a skunk.
He was only bailed by Judge Gavel's wisdom or rather her own deductions. Getting tired? I'm fine. I mean, today was a bit tiring, but I think that I'll finish this part and then we'll finish for the day. Things are going to get rough fast if she's a real opponent. Any bright ideas, Malzarino? Of course. There is one tack that Mr. Wynn and Judge Gavel are not aware of. Their line of reasoning may appear to be sorted at first glance. But there's actually a giant gaping hole in it? Now that's what I like to hear. The custom for more information to flaw in their reasoning should reveal itself soon enough. I just need your correct angle of attack. Gotta love them side by side. Yeah, it's really cool. Godfather and Godson, yeah.
Hold it!
Outside. What does that mean exactly?
Haha! The opposite of inside, you numbskull! Somebody save him. The Mario-ass gloves. Well, Ace Attorney did begin as a DS game, and the DS games do belong to Nintendo.
Was that intended a clarification or put down? Because it clearly accomplished neither. A GBA. Yeah, but like, Nintendo!
What Eustace needs to say is that it must have been brought in from outside the prison by Mr. Saint.
Don't try to out-nerd me. I won't.
I don't think I can. Honestly, Edgeworth, if you haven't figured it out by now, then you're an even bigger loser than I thought!
Why are you crying, man? The feeling is mutual, believe me.
Mr. Saint clearly brought out the murder weapon into the prison. The question is how. Must have been hidden inside the chest set. That's what I think anyway.
Hold it!
If no murder weapon was found at the crime scene, then there is nothing inside the chessboard either. I'm curious, Mr. Winner. Do you also have thoughts about where this weapon might be? Its perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison. Is there a problem with his claim? There is a problem. He hid it somewhere inside the prison. That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that it's not the case. What evidence suggests that the murder weapon isn't hiding somewhere in the prison?
I mean... couldn't find the weapon.
I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. Winner. Didn't you, the good judge, search for the prison with Warden Lagarde? And didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon? Well, yes, but I guess we just missed it, that's all.
Way to undermine yourself.
You're saying that your search was entirely thorough. You, the so-called winning rookie. Stop making fun of me!
Eustace? Calm yourself. Breathe deeply.
Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin.
You're right.
The goofy music begins again.
I'm a winner. Why should I let a third-rate loser like Edgeworth less here to get under my skin. Oh my god. Nothing in this brain! Like, there is so much and nothing there. It's like, wow. I want to make a keychain, like those blender keychains. I want to find a shaker charm and put Eustace Winner inside and just shake him in. What is inside of him? Just air. I'll thank you and leave my name out of this.
Well, I'm Kate Faraday, and I'm A-OK.
It continues. Not you too, please.
Look, it's simple. Since my first-rate investigation didn't turn up any weapon, it means there wasn't one to find. Which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison. That's why we couldn't find it where we look. Obviously.
Objection!
But what you're proposing is impossible. And this proves why the culprit couldn't possibly have taken the weapon to prison with them. What our funny Family Guy compilation. I mean, it's the metal detectors, isn't it? More memory trouble, Mr. Winner. Now you're forgetting things you yourself said. Are you making fun of me again? Oh, so you remember what I said. But perhaps you might have been better served by remembering this. What's that?
Wait, does he seriously not remember?
It would certainly seem that way. There is a security gate at each of the entrances to the detention center in the prison proper. Coming out of the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had passed through both of them. 2 gates, both fitted with metal detectors.
Oh wait, now I remember! Looks like he got his memory back.
So as you see, there's no way anyone could have taken a weapon through both gates. Therefore, there is no way the murder weapon could have left the building.
Ah!
In that case, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you would care to let us tell us where you think the murder weapon might be. It's still here in the premises. That's the only plausible conclusion to be drawn.
But we searched the prison from top to bottom and we couldn't find anything!
Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Not when you're laboring under the misconception that it's a blade you were looking for.
Yeah! We know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes.
That is quite a claim. I assume you have the evidence to support it? What is the weapon that was used to commit the crime? Take a look at this, Judge Gaville, and the weapon used in this case will become clear. I'm guessing I need to put...
Take that!
This footage is taken by the security camera retained on Knight's holding cell. Now watch it for yourself and see.
But how?
This footage captured the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof that he really died, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is certainly significant.
So now we know what the Knight was, in fact, killed in his cell by a vicious dog. The dog that was moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. We know this thanks to an eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree that there's no way the dog could have planned for such a crime itself. Indeed, I feared maybe his handiwork after all.
Overruled!
That's quite enough of that, Edgeworth. Judge Gavelle, you are correct that this footage is an important piece of evidence. But it also raises an important new question. A question that I suspect you have been asking yourself. He's right. There is one major problem for your version of events. The black dog, the one that belongs to the inmates? How did it move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will?
Oh! How do we answer that one, Mr. Edgeworth? The truth is, I don't know yet.
Of course not.
Can it, Wonder Boy? You didn't even notice there was a problem.
Overruled.
Until the defense proves an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. That is all. This court is adjourned.
But wait, there's still so much more to explore.
Overruled.
Court is no longer in session, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would be so kind as to leave the courtroom.
Court was never in session in the first place.
Once again, the court is adjourned.
Objection.
We may not have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything regarding Mr. Saint.
What do you mean?
Just as we don't know how the dog was made into one of the detention center's holding cells, you can't know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside a detention center, let alone prison, either. He would have not been allowed as far as the visitor room to visit his friends, but no further. So it's hard for me to conceive that he could have committed a crime in a place he had no access to. Judge Gavel, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. Proof that Simeon Saint was able to enter the prison.
Overruled.
You wish for the court to provide you with proof? Highly irregular, but very well.
What? You actually have something.
Now looks like a good time is in. And I suppose you have been kind enough to share your own theories on the case.
I really wonder as a judge in the mainline game, because she has such dominance in the courtroom. Phoenix is a lucky she isn't the main judge. Yeah, no, I think that, like, it would have been interesting. And it's like, they actually did that in the Great Ace Attorney. They gave a competent judge, specifically in like late game of the second game. And I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but it's really interesting what they tried to pull off.
Mr. Edgeworth, I suspect you don't know what Mr. Saint does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He is a circus performer.
A what?
Yes, perhaps you've heard of the Very Big Circus?
Some people would want to unhear of the Very Big Circus.
Ah! Oh, don't be silly, darling. Of course I was. Yesterday was a very important day, after all.
Important in what way exactly? A big meeting of some kind, perhaps.
A meeting? Oh, heavens, no. I couldn't think of anything worse. No, yesterday the circus came to visit. You see it now, I assume? As I am sure you are aware, a show was held yesterday for the prisoners' entertainment.
Phoenix is bluffing and bullshitting and will be shot down by her until the defense can provide adequate evidence the court is adjourned. Yeah, absolutely.
A show featuring animals and performance performed by the members of the Very Big Circus. So does that mean Mr. Saint? Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of that show. A fact that has been confirmed beyond reasonable doubt.
No! She held onto that fact until the last possible moment. She let me run with my own theory, and only afterwards did she reveal the truth. Timing. Wait. But Algavel, I have him right where I want him!
Forgive me, Eustace, but if I may. While the particulars of the suspects are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor?
Yeah, absolutely. She is great. One of the best rivals in any Ace Attorney game.
Peak.
That must be why she steered him into a different topic back then, too.
I got you good, didn't I, you third-rate prosecutor?
How does it feel to get your report updated, Edgeworth? Not good. This has nothing to do with you.
Gentlemen, this court is very well and fully adjourned. If I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Edgeworth. Your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question.
You would do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason. What are you trying to say? That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badges anytime. Should you wish to retain it, you would do well to avoid crossing paths with us again. Is that a threat? The goddess of justice is compassionate, Mr. Edgeworth, but she is not endlessly forgiving.
And this character is so good. She's great. She's awesome.
Oh, and one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon this foolish pretense. Thank you for your concern. But I do not abandon anything. What I start, I finish.
Oh, that's such a badass line.
Then do try to remember the two jobs are not one and the same. And that the defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with her client.
I love her so much, but the mastermind gives me brain rot. That's so fair.
Next time, finding out your client is a real occupation might be a good place to start.
Wow! I mean, in Simeon, in Edgeworth's defense, Simeon hasn't told him anything. Yeah!
Now, I really must be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you all.
Look at Raymond. He's just like, whoa there.
So Simeon lied to us.
Not just you two. The guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Your compassion is your flaw. Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not having second thoughts about this, are you, Milesy boy? I love how, Fender, shuffles between 3 different nicknames for Edgeworth. You have Milesarino, you have Edgy Roo, and you have Milesy boy. That's so sweet. Sure, Judge Gavel's a tough cookie, but it doesn't mean you can just give up the ghost. Defense never rests, a wise man once said. And that goes for associates too. Don't worry, Thunder, I've no intention of resting, nevertheless. Our assumption that Mr. Singh couldn't have entered the prison has been proven false. Which means we'll need to restart an investigation from square one, I'm afraid. To be continued. Honestly, I want to continue for like 30 more minutes. I'm so curious to see where it goes. Kay did foreshadow Simeon getting tortures in his interrogation, and as we know, Miles didn't. That is true. And that's why he was so panicked. So how do you think Gavel got her air info? Wow. There's a bunch of pins holding that braid up. I promise. I bet. You withheld information from me. Why? I didn't withhold anything! Or at least, I didn't mean to.
Okay, so you are a member of the Very Big Circus, right?
No! I mean, yes! But no! Not really a member! I'm still new! That's irrelevant. You're still a member. Oh no!
Let's try this again. Why didn't you tell us?
Because it would have looked so suspicious. Me being a performer in a circus show. And me being friends with Bronco. I thought that if anyone found out, nobody would believe I was innocent. Not even you, Kay. I thought I made it clear that I believed in you. But when you stared at me like that, I get terrified, so You're a real smooth operator, aren't you, Miles? Any other client scaring tips you wanted to share? Okay, that was deserved. You're really not helping, Fender. I don't think Fender had any intention to help you. And at this rate, it sounds like we're really in need to question about everything all over again.
So what do you do at the circus, Simeon?
I'm an animal tamer, kind of. I'm still learning the ropes.
That's so cool. You get trained lions and tigers and bears and stuff?
Lions, tigers, bears! Oh my, no.
Work with this little guy. Looks pretty tame to me. Oh, it's Money! It's Money the monkey! So you're not exactly a tamer. More like one of those old-timey organ grinders? Oh my god, the monkey came with him! Not now, Money, I'm trying to... Oh, you little scamp! Oh, that's freaky. Something tells me that it's the organ grinder who's being monkeyed around. Ratatouille. Wow, absolutely. When we spoke with you before, you said you worked at a company. I was telling the truth. The circus really is a company. We all have ties and titles and everything. The ringmaster's CEO, and I guess you'd call me a gopher. I even have a line manager. She's head of the animal taming department. It's part of the showbiz division. He's such an inspiration. There isn't a creature in the world she couldn't convince to do her bidding. Even Miles here? I'd like to see somebody whip him into shape. Oh, it's fine. He already has a sister who does it whenever she meets him. I am not some kind of creature, Fenda. That fucking music. Ah, yes. The Vietnam flashbacks, they're continuing. So this line manager, was she working with you on the show? Yes. It was just us two. It wasn't that big of a job compared to what we normally do. She's usually one performing on stage, and I just do all the monkey work. But I did have a bit part this time. A big part. There's so many typos in here. A bit part. Maybe it's like a bit. 72 members of circus were relevant to this case. Alright, talk to me through your movements through there in the facility. Sure, I came to see Bronco at around noon 2 days ago. And that was when you brought him to his chess set? Yes, and that was the same evening I started work on setting up the stage in the yard. It was so hard! I had to haul everything by myself, even over multiple trips. They let us use some of the rooms in the prison for storage. Workshop A, I think? Out of context, Ace Attorney Edgeworth asking the woman who whips him to keep whipping and even bring her whip. Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. It's a very emotional scene, I promise, Your Honor. Workshop A, where Bot Knight's body was found. You mean your boss didn't help you? Oh no, I could never ask that steward to schlep all that stuff around. Like I said, the monkey's work's my job. Once it was all set up, we did a run through, and it must have been, midnight by the time I left. The next morning, I was back and ready for the show, which started at 8 a.m. And we performed till 10? So Mr. Singh was the only one of the pair to have entered the room where the body was found. The Knight's body was found immediately after the show was ended. Do you have any idea why you were arrested? And why so quickly? I've never seen a guy get booked so fast. Surely the little winner wouldn't pull somebody in and out on a hunch. Never underestimate the power of an undeveloped intellect. His frontal lobe hasn't developed yet. Edgeworth is correct. I think I might know why. When I was moving stuff, I wanted to go see how he was doing. Bronco, I mean. You went into holding cells on your own? Tell me you had permission. No, it wasn't a formal visit or anything, so I just sort of snuck over and hoped no one stopped me. The winner hate group, lol. Absolutely. But you've just seen him earlier the same day. Why take the risk? I've known him since we were kids. When both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see, just like me. I knew he'd be feeling lonely, so I'd want somebody to talk to, so I had to go see him. Yeah, orphans. Hold on. You don't have any family.
For a while I had my dad, but he passed away when I was a little kid. Losing one's father as a child, I know the pain all too well.
He's just like you and me, Mr. Edgeworth.
There was nobody else nearby when you went to see him. No, the other holding cells were empty and I didn't see any guards. Well, somebody must have seen you or you wouldn't be in there. Oh no, I messed up so bad, didn't I? So the assumption is that something happened while the two of them were alone together. At least I imagine that would be what Winner and Judge Gavel's thinking. In any case, I think we'll need to speak to your boss next. Last I heard, she's supposed to be around today too, somewhere in the yard. Tell her I'm sorry, wouldn't you? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I let this happen.
Sure thing, Simeon. We're here for you. If there's anything else we can do, just say the word.
But, I mean, that is... There's nothing I can do for you in turn.
You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you've had little reason to keep night. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of here. The clap. The Hating Winter Club, I mean Orphans Club, yes. Well, what do we have here? A gosh darn defense attorney. That's what. Bravo, big guy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you even reminded me of your old man for a moment there. I did. From the Book of Gregory, an attorney is a friend to the friendless. The Book of Gregory, oh, that's sweet. Simeon, me bucko. This guy will suffer any hardship for your friendship. Things are gonna be shippily amazing. I didn't realize Talk Like a Pirate Day has come early this year, Thunder. Oh, he's casting his father's phrase. The Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr. I can't believe Talk Like a Pirate Day is canon Ace Attorney. That's such a thing. You never know when a pirate will strike next. I mean, if we're counting the aquarium case in Dual Destinies, then there's a few years until that'll happen. Anyway, kid, want some candy? No, thanks. I don't like sweet stuff. Oh no! Oh, I understand. Again, I played this game. I know there's a foreshadowing in here. Oh, huh. Bummer. It's so mean. It's so sad.
I wouldn't mind a nice shit myself. A Great Thieves Galleon for the Dread Pirate K. Yahar, be hardly, my hearties.
This was not. I'm pretty sure this wasn't in the original, in the fan translation. When you become a godfather, you get to make the dad jokes. Absolutely. This was not in the. This is so great. I'm such a big fan of this edition.
We'll sail the seven seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth.
The One Piece is real. Shiver me timbers, you two will do that. Oh my god, this game is so goofy. Is this real? Am I truly living in a timeline where Edgeworth is saying shiver me timbers? One day the localizer just came in and they were like, hey Capcom. He's smiling and joking around. He's in on the joke. That's so cute. Loves his found family. He does. Come on. Come on. Let's set sail for prison yard, but never see shanties on the way, please. Oh, what will you do? Wow, this was amazing. This was so good. I'm so glad this localization is real.
Look, the shutter's open.
That's the way to the yard, I believe.
Let's go and take a look. Come on, what are we waiting for?
They are so cute. I agree.
Someone's excited.
Oh my god, talk like a pirate, eh?
So this is the famous yard. The circus performance was taking place here just before the body was discovered.
Check it out. It's like the backdrop of some epic festival.
And you also see like the literal courtyard. Most of the
Goofy, supposed to be the mature one, but also Goofy. Goofy but keeps it hidden. Absolutely. I love that trope so much.
most of the prisoners were assembled here when the body was discovered, which means that anyone who saw the show has an alibi. Alright, time to take a look around. Huh? Okay! She was...
Stop hitting me! Help, Mr. Edgeworth!
Hey, Fender Miles.
You know, there's this video where it's just Kate getting hit by an elephant for like 10 minutes, and it's this scene.
Cease and desist, you beast! Somebody help me! Stay there! Stay! Who's that?
Oh, it's Regina!
Oh, you found a new friend to play with! Good for you, girl! Play with? Your elephant nearly ate me! No way! She'd never do a thing like that! Azia doesn't even bite, at least not very often.
So she does have a taste for human flesh?
How do you like meeting a real live elephant up close? Aren't you glad you did? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't die. But you did have fun, right? Right?
Wow, this... There, sweetie, don't cry. She had a wonderful time, didn't you, UK? Don't mislead the poor girl, Fender.
She did? Oh, I'm so happy!
Here, let me make it up to you. How about a hug?
I think she's like 18. No, she's... God, I forgot her eyes look like the metaphor of Fantasio brain rot going wild.
Wow, it is. Ah! Keep your tongue to yourself! No. You're getting a hug from the elephant.
Aw, another new friend. Isn't this just the best day ever?
I am Associate Defense Attorney Miles Edgeworth.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina. I'm so happy to meet you. I'm Kay, the Great Thief Extraordinaire and Mr. Associate's Defense Attorney's Great Associate.
That's a mouthful.
This self-introduction brought to you by the word convoluted.
Brought to you by the word convoluted. Oh, that's like a Sesame Street reference. Yeah, he was dead. Inside, maybe outside.
And your elephant's newest friend is Mr. Fender, the defense attorney. Oh, she's not just any elephant. That's Azia, the Asian elephant.
Sod and Regina are people Miles wasn't the case for. Yeah, cool. It is really cool, which is, why he didn't have, like, the, oh, this character, I met him before introduction, because Edgeworth did not know them.
Azia stopped the second you told her to. You have a way with animals, Regina.
And men who behave like them.
Well, I wouldn't be much of an animal tamer if I didn't. What? So you're Simeon's boss? That's right. Regina Berry, head of the Animal Taming Department, Showbiz Division, Berry Big Circus. It's so lovely to meet all of you.
The pleasure's all ours, mademoiselle. Name's Eddie Fender. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. So much for whipping me into shape.
Yes, she's perfect!
What are you muttering to yourself, Kay?
That's positivity, that charisma, that energy. Regina, you'd make a perfect partner in crime for the great thief Yatagarasu. Great thief? That sounds like fun. My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit of time. It's the same thing we don't want to steal. Gotta keep it on the down low, all stealthy ninja-like.
Such a big fan of this case.
But where's the fun without a show? The down low stuff sounds like it might get me down. Bummer, I think we've got a fundamental difference on our picking going on here.
Right, credits. Cinema ding. Sing. Yes. Roll credits. It would indeed appear the negotiations are broken down. Maybe next time, Kay.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get cracking. Too bad we can't see much of what's beyond that middle fence, though.
Indeed, and we're in sore need of information in addition to the evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any persons of interest as well. Let's talk with Regina. And then we'll end today. If you're the head of the animal training department, you must be Mr. Saint's boss.
That's right. My dad found the very big circus, but he passed away. He was murdered.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But we have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man, and he was a good friend of my dad's, too.
Kay's eternal quest for lesbians continue. Yeah.
Wow, that's great! Lucky you! I know, right? It was his idea to set up departments like animal taming, magic, and ventriloquy. And both the magic and the ventriloquy guy have restraining orders around some of the members of the circus. I do wonder why.
Oh, that joke was a little dark.
Only animal taming and ventriloquy have more than one person right now.
That's good. Maizuki are just MLM and WLW solidarity, absolutely. And Miles and Franziska. Franziska was the original one.
But the very big circus is getting bigger and better day by day. Sounds like you guys really are going places.
They're getting on well. I'll leave them to it. Can you tell me about the show?
Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. Not just any story. It's a love story. Isn't that dreamy?
Sounds like a regular riot. So who's the star of the show? Let me guess. You? All women in Miles' lives are lesbians. Yeah. Fair enough. I think all of the central ones are.
No, silly, that'll be Zia. And she falls in love with none other than Rajant the tiger. It's a heart-mending saga about the forbidden interspecies romance.
Whoa, Nelly. I've heard of old couples, but that takes the biscuit.
And that's not all. There's a love triangle too. It's so romantic. That sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
So the elephant is the heroine? I suppose there's a first time for everything. And, who's the third wheel?
Oh, that would be the big old meanie who tries to tear our star-crossed lovers apart. Ooh, what animal do you think it is, Mr. Edgeworth?
Given that it's a circus, perhaps a lion?
I think a raven would be cool, like the Atagarasu.
Regina using her past drama to make a show. Oh my god, she is! No!
Nope, it's a sneaky monkey.
That's semi-lowered stakes.
Oh, you mean money, right? Nope, again, the role of the monkey is played by Simeon. Money's far too small to play against Azia and Rajan, silly. Anyway, the evil man tries to tear Azia and Rajan apart. What will become of the fated twosome? So exciting, isn't it? Wow, it sure is.
Ow. Wow.
I need to drink something after the stream. Almost done though.
So Mr. Sane was more than the little helper he claims to be.
Poor Simeon. It'll be troublesome if he couldn't perform with us anymore.
Can you tell me about what you said, how you set things up for the performance?
Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all the lifting and carrying. He's such a sweetie. He offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I did see him doing something near that well, though.
A well. I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail.
You should have seen him moving those huge cages around all by himself. He's a total hero. Yeah, sounds like something he would do.
Weeping all the while.
He was going back and forth in the yard here in some sort of workshop and all the equipment.
Oh, so the villain is the man who gets coppertiered, huh? Yes, maybe I shouldn't have read it out loud because it is spoiled. So, yeah. He's a villain for his bad fashion sense, right? Wink wink.
But he was the only one who went down here, so I don't know much more than that.
The workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. I guess this confirms that Saint's the only performer who's gone to workshop A.
Well, this sucks. All we're getting is more information that works against us. You have to help Simeon, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you. Just leave it to us. You may not look it, but Mr. Edgeworth knows how to get things done.
What exactly he may not look it's supposed to mean. Okay. So that's the Regina interrogation. Let's try to see what this... Hey! Who are you shouting at?
Ponds like this usually have goldfish in them, right? I want to see if they come say hello.
I only see water striders.
Hey, water striders are cool. They can walk on all cut on water like ninjas. Whoosh, whoosh. Man, I wish I could do that.
I mean, technically this is game 6, 7 if we're counting remakes, so you should know games 2 plot, but sorry. Oh, yeah, fair enough. So much for the goldfish. Okay. So we have some things we need to investigate, and apparently Frank saw it is here as well. But we're gonna keep his interrogation for, the next time, which is going to be on Wednesday. So, until then, I hope you stay frosty, and I hope you enjoyed the case.